Last time on AF, as Gohan discovered the death of his brother, who went all out against the Old Saiyan known as Nas. Unfortunately, even Super Saiyan 5 wasn't enough, as the Fiend was able to use Gohan's immense power as the catalyst to achieve a new form for himself. Will the invader turn out to be too much for our hero, or does he still have something left up his sleeve? Action slowing briefly, Nas shouts out that he thinks his foe is finally starting to catch his breath. Now that he's evolved, he wants to have a little more fun. Let's go! Raging Tornado! Yeah! Trunks screams out after his friend as the Old Saiyan is able to overpower our hero. Nas looks at himself in amazement. That surprised even himself. Grippy comments how, judging by the look on their companion's face, this new form is pretty good. And with Gohan, he lives, but for how much longer? He's been cast down from his Super Saiyan 5 form. The Fiend scoffs. Oops, you're back to normal. He had been trying to reduce his power, but his ki went all the way down. Is it already over? Getting a glimpse of Goku's son, it appears that may be the case. Though he has to admit, killing someone like him would be such a waste. Interestingly enough, echoing something Goku thought about a certain BFF. Continuing, why doesn't he just evolve a little more too? Then they could keep fighting forever. He thinks he noticed that from before. New Saiyans power up through anger. They'll try this and see what happens. But how can he do this? After all, he doesn't even know what will make Gohan angry. So he'll just have to try a few things and see what sticks. Nas simply starts beating Gohan down, trying to get a rise out of him. Trunks calls after him, but he can't do anything. That guy would tear through him like a wet paper towel now. Unfortunate for him, this doesn't serve to make the Earthling angry, but only revert back to his base form again. He realizes that pain isn't going to help. When he remembers back to what happened to Trunks when he killed that first guy. Of course, he had the answer all along. He takes aim at Trunks, disposing of him the same way he did Goten. As he plummets to the ground, he snarls that his existence doesn't interest him anymore. His death is for the greater good. He cleans himself off as he chortles that he was really kind about how he did away with him, almost implying that he could have made him suffer much more for much longer. First Goten, now Trunks. Will Naz's plan work in bringing out yet another transformation in Son Gohan? If so, what will it be? His beast form? Or maybe Super Saiyan 6? Either way, if this happens, it'll be the highest form any of our heroes has ever reached. The Saiyan continues to clean Trunks' blood from his hand. He sadistically chuckles to himself that he thought he had taken it easy on the boy, but the Saiyans here are just too fragile. Ascending to the next stage of his own evolution. This is amazing. Nas figures this must be Gohan's true power. Grippy smiles on and utters that the new Saiyans really know how to cheer him up. Every time they look done, they go and do something like this. As we finally get our first good look at this form. It's clearly been heavily inspired by Gohan's beast form, although it still maintains its own unique features. It's worth noting that this form is still officially called Super Saiyan 6. Nas chortles that it's just as he thought. Seems the Earthling was also hiding his full potential, meaning he himself is still withholding a significant amount of strength. This is the greatest pleasure of being a Saiyan, isn't it? Just when it seems like your back is against the wall, they as a species are able to break something out like this and change the entire flow of battle. Now he's going to come at him with everything he's got. No more games. With both warriors now at their max, the other Old Saiyans clamor on at the direction this battle has taken a turn to. Nas seems to be getting really excited. Whatever happens next, they're looking forward to it. The Fiend cackles that now they're going to move on to the final round, since after all, they finally awaken their true powers. Against all odds, the Old Saiyan is somehow still standing after that crazy blast. He grins and laughs that this is it. But shockingly, he then admits defeat. He claims that the Earthling's power has overwhelmingly become greater than his after all. And his own limit has been reached. He wanted to enjoy this a little more, but... At last, Nas falls back to his base form into the ground. For a moment, I thought he was just gonna pull another transformation out of his... When Grippy enters the battlefield and kicks his lifeless or unconscious body away, the excitement swells up within her as she expresses how surprised she is. The new Saiyan is incredibly strong, isn't he? Would he like to play with her now? She's sure it'll be fun. But referring to the whole kicking Nas thing, isn't that her friend? Why would she treat him that way? As we've become accustomed to, she's unsure what he means. Just like the Saiyan before her, she utters that friends aren't friends when they can't move anymore, right? She doesn't care about family or friends. The only thing that interests them is fighting. And given she has a concept of what family and friends are, surely she's encountered enough warriors that have felt the same about their loved ones as her heroes. So it's rather odd that any time loyalty is brought up, it surprises the Old Saiyans. Grippy takes the battlefield in place of her fallen companion. What makes her think that her version of Super Saiyan 4 is going to be that much more effective than Naz's? And with Gohan likely more powerful than even his father has ever been, just how will this new foe stack up?